Hi, my name is Samantha McInerney, and today I'm going to be doing a total overview and overview of our ceremonial speech. The first question is, how do you think you have advanced as a public speaker during this semester? I believe I have personally advanced as a public speaker. It's definitely a different experience to talk to 3 people and a video camera while you're giving your speech. Even though it's a smaller crowd, I always think this is going to be on YouTube forever, so it better be good. Sometimes it's even harder to talk to these 3 people who undividedly give you their attention. You can't just watch the kid in the back of the room biting their nails. You have to look at the non-stop staring people in front of you. Despite these struggles, this class has definitely given me more confidence in speaking. The next question is, what is the most important concept or theory you have learned from our textbook? I think learning about pathos and ethos was a huge help. People have always incorporated this small detail into their speeches, but it's nice to put a name to what they're actually doing and to learn how to properly use them in our speech. I don't know if you would necessarily use it in your everyday life unless you're trying to persuade someone to do a certain thing. All of that can be found in Chapter 9. Some things that I would recommend for next year. One thing that I would keep would be the oral citations. It lets everyone know what you're talking about and that you didn't just make stuff up. You actually took the time to research your topic and develop a nice speech. I still struggle with saying the main points, like first I will talk about this, or my second main point is, etc. But it would still be nice to not have these awkward phrases just because that isn't what I learned from my high school teacher 2 years ago. I know that one person actually laughed at the end of my speech because of how awkward it was for me to say that. One thing I would recommend for next year is more guidance during the first week. I've taken online classes before and it was easy to navigate D2L with them, but it was a bit of a struggle this time around, and I could imagine what it would be like for the kids who have never taken an online class. Now I'll move on to the commemorative speech. The purpose of this speech was to honor a famous person that you admire. It was also meant to persuade the audience that your person is truly amazing. The structure, organization, what felt natural, what felt odd. Some of these questions can be answered in the same response, transitions. My transitions and lead-in main points are always awkward. The rest of the questions can be answered by introduction. I always love to give a good introduction to capture the audience's attention. In my speech, I worked to make sure that ethos was high by correctly orally citing the websites and articles from where I obtained my information. I also stood erect, looked professional, and refrained from looking down too often, but that's still a struggle. My technology was adequately prepared as far as audio quality. I know at one point I had to convert the file that it was on, and it changed the audio a little bit. It kind of cut out some of my parts of my speech, but nothing too serious. So that could have been something to improve on. Thank you very much for being our speech professor this year, and I wish you luck in your next speech classes.